Hello, back again, so soon. You know me, I can't stay away, can I? I have a new product out today, and I'm trying out something a little bit different this time. You see, Fjord Fuzz is a little bit different from other companies, especially in that I just keep releasing stuff at all times. And while that means I can innovate and I can get an outlet for my creativity, and you get to try all kinds of new exciting gear, it can be a little bit unpredictable, which in turn makes Fjord Fuzz maybe perhaps a little bit less compatible with international retailers. So, in an effort to combine this creative outflow with predictability, I am today splitting Fjord Fuzz into two lineups. We'll have the classic lineup, which will consist of Odin and Loke and Frey, but also stuff that I want to keep around that might not be as commercially viable, such as Midnattssol and DOVRE. And on the other hand, we'll have a second co-equal branch of experimental products. I haven't, at the time of this recording, figured out what to call this branch, so you're welcome to suggest that below in the comments. But in any case, this lineup will consist of sort of rotating new devices, new effects and products that I'm working on. And I'll release them. They'll be fully formed products. These are not prototypes. But I want to be able to keep putting out stuff in a very difficult time in global manufacturing, whilst not forcing each and every retailer to take on risk at all times. It seems unfair. So if they do, and they do actually bring some of these more experimental designs into their catalog, then I will let you know, and you should support them, because they are supporting me, and we can all support each other's, and maybe we can get through this. So that's fun. Well, I think that's everything. I appreciate you, and let's have a look at the all-new FJÄR. Alright, here it is. Let's get into it. This is FJÄR reverb, and it's the sort of third installment of the same idea. I'm just trying to figure out how to make a good reverb pedal, because I think they're difficult to come about. But this does everything that I think I need from a reverb pedal, and I'm super happy with it. I'll be bringing it on stage the 30th of May, so I'm looking forward to how it'll work. I'll probably be playing a full stack JCM 800, so that doesn't have any reverb, so I'll need it. But here we go. It features fully independent signal paths for dry and wet on these faders. When they're in the 50% position, you're at perfect unity gain. You can lower one of them, or you could go higher, at which point they start boosting the signal. So that means if you have a overdrive following it, or a overdriven amplifier, such as I would usually do, this works to add some gain at your input, which is a lovely thing. It's a super handy thing to have at the end of a pedal board if you show up to a gig and they have an amplifier that is just maybe a little bit too loud to get you to the kind of distortion that you need from it. This works well. This is a size knob for the reverb and a tone control for the reverb. Everything is set to 50% now, so let's hear what it sounds like. I'm playing my 1957 Fender Music Master into the Strymon Iridium, set as a kind of Marshall full stack. The room control on the Iridium is set really low. Let's hear it with it and then without it, so you can hear the difference. It just feels like moving the microphone a little bit further away from the cab, which is what I would usually do. This is where it's at now. There's a hint of that. I'll keep that in there. It gives it a more natural sound, I think. Let's hear FJÄR. Lovely. So the tone control is super powerful. Let's hear the whole thing against just the reverb alone. And it's gone. So you can push it higher, of course. Now the reason I did this was I wanted to be able to give it a kind of droning feature. So let's turn up the dry volume and then add the size. Now you can stick this and tuck it behind your playing and it'll do like... So that's super cool. It's also super handy when it comes to using it with a fuzz, because I find that reverb can be a bit too much. And sometimes that's what you need, and this will do that too. But let's just listen to it like this. I'm adding the fuzz from the midnut saw. That's nice. At full tilt, signal going straight through. I think it gets a bit too sharp, right? So I turn it down. That's nice. Now, as you can tell, there's quite a bit of that sort of springiness to it. It has some drip to it. Let's hear that. So with the size at 0, it sounds like this. If you increase the size, you get much more. But if you're not after springy reverb, you can just increase it a bit more and turn down the tone, and you'll get... And it becomes more of a ethereal type thing. Maybe kick it up a bit. Let's hear the overdrive, shall we? Let's turn off the reverb entirely. You could just turn down the wet, because these are fully independent, so they cancel each other's out without being sort of codependent. And as you can tell, there's like almost absolutely no difference between the bypass and the engaged unity gain. You can barely tell it turns on. Isn't that lovely? So yeah, that's basically it, isn't it? I think so. let's use it for some 90s crooner alternative, so you can really hear it. Maybe something like that. Alright, that's that. It's available now. I know that Hoochies in Japan, they have ordered a few copies. And then there are some more people. Oh yeah, Martel Guitars in the US. They have also ordered a few. So yeah, go find them. I'll tag them below. And other than that, you can get them through my web shop, and I'll add any other retailers who might want to bring this in. I think it's a lovely piece. I have a feeling this is going to end up in the main lineup, but that will be up to all of us collectively, which I think is nice. So thank you for watching, and hey, I'll see you next time, which I think won't be that long from now.